One. I think we're live. We're
We're
live,
late.
everyone. Yeah, I know we're late. What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American, back in with the new stream, and that is right. We are live on this beautiful March 3rd or March 5th, 2025, aka the start of Lent. I hope everyone's had a great day. I'm having a great day myself, and we are joined by Mr. Real Texan Politics, and of course the MAGA Mao. Right?
Oy vey,
Hello.
mate.
Oh God,
What's poppin'?
you really have
I
to
just
say
said
that.
oy vey.
Oh,
I could say oy vey.
oh gosh. Well, everybody, I hope everyone's having a great day. There's a lot to talk about. We got to talk about the State of the Union. Well, what is it called? The Joint Address of Congress? Or whatever.
Joint address to Congress, but
We do got breaking
get to
news
that
out
a
of
little
Houston.
bit.
We got to
Yeah.
get to, but before we get into it, don't forget to like, subscribe, share with your friends, and of course, join the channel today. These are all great ways to support the daily content, and if you have any questions, concerns, comments, or just want to support the channel even further, best way is sending super chats via the chat. Again, I read through as much of chat as possible. But usually super chats are the best way to get your questions answered. A glitch Eevee for 2. Late American politics was responsible for the JFK you-know-what. Oh, yeah, sure. Sure, buddy, sure. Yeah, I totally was involved. But alright, we got breaking news out of Houston. Real Tex to take it from here.
Real Texan, this is your state.
Wow.
His internet's probably gonna be kind of
Yeah. Well,
though.
we just,
I'm on data. Oh, all right. Yeah, I'm on data. Okay. All right, I'm on data now. Okay.
all right,
we're
so,
fine, we're fine.
break it down what's going on in Houston, because, this broke literally, like, 2 hours ago.
Yes. So, Sylvester Turner passed away last night from a medical emergency. It was like almost pretty much right after the joint address to Congress. I think he got like rushed to a hospital and then he died. 70 years old, which is kind of young in politics, but he did have some health issues, including bone cancer. He had bone cancer back in
Damn.
2022. Pull up the tweet, by the way. One of the tweets I sent.
Which one?
I think it was the first one I sent after the news broke. Here, I'll send it again. Actually,
Yeah, is it the something no but is it from you?
yes,
Okay.
yes,
Let me pull this up. Got it. Okay.
yeah. So it's got two pictures of him. So basically, so he had bone cancer back in 2022. He didn't disclose it until November. This was in the summer of 2022 when he was mayor of Houston. So for that, he got surgery and radiation treatment, which is which is basically why his look changed, as you can see in the tweets.
Yeah, you can tell.
Yeah, so like I think it's mainly around his jaw, but
I'm kidding.
What?
yeah.
I'm kidding.
I don't even know what you
Okay.
said.
Let's not talk about what I said.
Oh gosh. Okay.
All right. Yeah, so that happened. So it's possible maybe his cancer relapsed or his death had probably something to do with the cancer. I'm
Yeah,
not
that's what I'm
sure.
guessing. They haven't confirmed that yet, right?
No, they have not, and they probably won't till after the stream ends.
Yeah.
But speaking of which, so he was at the address yesterday. Pull up the Olivia Beavers tweet.
Okay, Olivia Beavers. Yeah, so he was actually in attendance.
Yes, he was in attendance.
Oh, he looks bad here.
Yeah, he
Was
looks
he
bad.
one of the people who walked out, or did he just watch the speech like a normal person?
No, he was in the Capitol.
Ooh, I'm gonna pull.
Was he one of the people who walked out? Because there were a bunch of dumbs who walked out.
Oh my gosh,
He might
he
have
looks
walked out. I'm not
bad
sure,
here.
but yeah,
Oof.
that's probably his last picture of him alive.
He looks bad. Like he's a guy in is it the fourth guy, right?
Of the seated congressman posing for the selfie, he's the second from the left.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So yeah, he does not look good here.
Yeah, like I said, I believe that is his last picture alive.
So he
There might be another
so
one,
basically
but
just walked out and died, basically.
I guess I don't know if he was among the congressmen that walked out early.
Well, no,
but
like when he left or something, when he left the building, he just kind of died.
yeah, but then he went to the hospital. It's possible he walked out because of medical emergency. We'll have to see.
Yeah,
so
if it's a medical emergency, yeah, walk out. But like, damn, that's deep. Yeah, he does not look good.
Yeah. Yeah. What's up, John?
Hello, John.
Yeah. So the other thing, so this is a pretty lighthearted moment of Sylvester Turner. Pull up my other tweets about him,
Oh
the one in
gosh, what is
cosplay.
this? Is
Okay,
this real?
so yes, this is very real. This was a thing he did in his second term. He opened the basically every year from 2019 to 2023, except for 2020 for obvious reasons. He opened the Anime Matsuri convention in Houston. This is a
Oh
big anime
gosh.
convention, very big anime convention. I believe it's the largest in the South, definitely biggest in
An
Texas.
anime convention.
Hmm.
Yeah, one of the biggest in the United States. And every time he did it, he dressed in cosplay. So
What?
I always thought that was a pretty memorable moment
What
of
the
his
hell?
time as mayor. I mean, it's funny, it's lighthearted, it's nice.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's it's,
I
it's
Yeah,
just
this
kind of
is
funny
something
though.
John Rose will like who just joined. John Rose, this is like right up
Yeah.
your interest.
I'll
Yeah.
be I'll be honest with you guys. I have never been to a real convention. There was one time my college did a thing. I went there. The people looked kind of gross, so I left. Gonna be honest. It was and I guess mild docs. I went to the University of Florida. Don't go to that con. I don't think good people run it. So
Is that the one On Point's running for president of, or is that?
yeah,
I have
he's on he's running at UCF,
Yeah, hold up.
Central Florida.
He's dressed as freaking Luffy. Oh my gosh, that's kind of cool though.
Yes,
It's like he
yeah,
showed up.
Or Luffy, whatever, Goku. I recognize the black robe. I just don't know what
Yeah,
character
I don't know
that
what that's
is.
from.
But I know. I mean, everyone knows One Piece and Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
Those are very much like
Yeah,
they're kind of as American as like anything else,
yeah. It's
despite
just
being Japanese.
it's kind of funny
They're
though.
like
It's like the mayor of Houston actually pulled up this convention.
yeah, like every year except 2020 during his second term. Because I don't think he did it before 2019, but I think he came once to open it and then came every year after that.
That's kind of a lighthearted moment.
Because I mean, I think he gets kind of a warm reception from there, and it's a nice, I guess, theme for the city because that's a pretty big event. It draws in hundreds of thousands. Again, biggest anime convention in Texas, biggest in the South, one of the biggest in the country. So
all right.
yeah, I think those are the only tweets I have. But yeah, so a little history about Sylvester Turner. So he was only in Congress for 2 months.
That's it.
Yeah, 2 months. Actually, yeah, 2 months. 2 months and 2 days.
Damn.
He entered office January 3rd and then died. I might have actually been earlier this morning. I could be wrong. So before that, about a year before he entered office, so he was mayor of Houston. He was mayor of Houston for 8 years, 2016 to 2024. So pretty decent chunk of my life, he was mayor of Houston. And before he was mayor of Houston, he was a member of the Texas House of Representatives for, I believe, about 27 years.
Damn.
He spent 27 years as a state rep before he became mayor. So he's been in politics a very long time, and he only died at 70. So he got his start, I think, fairly young-ish. 1989 is when he entered office.
All right.
So I think he started out when he was like I think he was 35.
Okay. Crick mode for 2. Where was Lap during Pearl Harbor? Coincidence? No comment on that one. American Nerd for 5. See, Dems, this is what happens when y'all don't say that.
Yeah.
Don't
And
say that.
oh yeah, so the other thing to note is that he is the successor of Sheila Jackson Lee.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah,
long
it's Jackson
time-
Lee seat.
Yeah, long-time congresswoman from the 18th district. She served for 30 years before
Also,
dying.
can
in
I
office.
say, let's not celebrate the opposition dying, please?
Yeah, that's not.
Yeah, I mean, I'll get to my views on him as mayor later, but more in a little bit. But yeah, so he served. So he was the successor of Sheila Jackson Lee. She served for 30 years in the 18th district before she passed away last year. So some will say that this district is cursed. We will find out.
Again, there's a bunch of staffers that mysteriously end up dying here. So
yeah. Obviously, I mean there will be a special election soon to replace him. We don't know who's running yet. More than likely, Amanda Edwards will probably dip her toes into the race again. You might see Isaiah Martin. I think that's like the protege of Olivia Giuliano, who's by the way not old enough to run for office yet, but
Wait, hold up.
more
Her
than likely will later.
protege.
Yeah, her protege. Yeah, because they're like best friends or something. I don't know. Isaiah Martin actually ran for that seat in 20. Actually, yeah, he ran for the special. He ran for the election, the general election, back when Sheila Jackson Lee was running for mayor, and then she
Wait,
lost the race and then ran for re-election basically 2 days before the filing deadline.
you're telling me
Um,
there's an Olivia Fuliana faction of the Texas Democratic Party?
Well, I mean, they're both young. They're close friends. I guess. I mean, I don't know. She's a big figure in Texas politics.
Well, figuratively.
Both figuratively and literally.
All right.
Well, I mean, I think figurative, like literally, yes, but figurative, like Dems don't have a lot of power there, so I wouldn't say she's
All
got
right.
that much. influence.
She's
Jamai
just kind of their token activist, basically.
Mashak stand for 2. Go Vols. Screw the Gators. Personally, I like neither. Screw both teams.
Oh, whatever.
Hey, listen. I just confessed I was an alumnus. Let me tell you something. Most disgusting, disgraceful human beings I have met in my entire life. I had to share a van with some of the football players at one point, and I felt nothing but repulsed. I wanted to throw up when I left the car. They screw up hotels when they move to other cities. They actually screwed up the hotels in my home city. I hate the Gators. I hate the Gators. Are horrible.
Guys, he lives in Providence, Rhode Island. Okay, there you go. That's where John Rose lives. I'm sorry for doxing you, dude. The audience.
Okay. Anyways,
Oh yeah.
But yeah.
Anyways, back. I'll get one last thing. I'll just say, as far as him as mayor goes, I mean, he was just kind of average, blue city mayor.
So it was
honestly, he probably would. Sylvester Turner.
So he was better than like some Dems, I guess.
I guess, but it's also. I mean, you also got to remember. I mean, Abbott.
Yeah, I guess.
Abbott being governor probably limits a lot of his powers. So, if Texas was a blue state, he probably would be a lot worse. But that's kind of also why I think our mayors don't really get the national spotlight that, like, the mayors of New York and Chicago and Los Angeles do. I mean, which makes sense. Those are bigger cities, but Houston is, 4th most populous city in the United States, and our mayor basically gets ignored. So.
All right. Builder Shed for 5. What do you think about the likely cause of a Republican blowout in 2026? Also, how do you think Republicans post 2020 it would look like? Well, are you talking about like a victory or a defeat? Because those are 2 completely different things.
Well, it sounds like he's talking about a scenario where we do really well.
Well, we got to talk about that because I have my takes on that now.
But anyways, rest in peace, Sylvester Turner.
F's in chat.
Rest in peace. And my only question: do we have a realistic timeline of how long it'll take to do the special election for a seat?
I mean, if Abbott wants to go to Hochul route, he could delay it all the way to like November or something. But I don't know. It'll probably be over the summer if I had to guess. If he doesn't delay it, it's probably gonna be over the summer.
All right, Code the Lakes for 2. Don't diss my Florida Gators. John, how you respond to that?
I went there. I saw them. I met them. I was in the stadium several times. It's not like I just never went to big games. I went to many games. I even spent money to go to away games. Fuck the Gators.
I never heard of someone hate their alumni so much.
No, they're just awful. They're awful. I disown them. I disavow them. My family has a home team that I cheer for and I root for and I love, and you can probably figure it out if you are very scary about looking at my timeline at Real John Rose, but otherwise, yeah, no. I fuck the Gators. They're just horrible people. Like, they're horrible people. It's a horrible culture. It's a horrible community. I know I'm fucking old and there's a bunch of different people there now, but the culture is so bad. Whoever replaced them were equally horrible human beings. I don't care. They're horrible. Horrible.
All right. K-Cup for 5. Anime fans at cons are a different breed. We'll spend thousands over cosplay in hotels, but we'll use a free shower included. The spell is woof.
Yeah, honestly, Sylvester Turner was probably the cleanest smelling guy in the entire convention. Unironically. I mean, he's mayor, so he obviously has to probably have a higher standard of, cleanliness compared to the average person.
Builder Shed for 2. By blowout, I mean a massive loss. Well, so that's entirely possible, especially the economy. It comes down to the economy, I think. That's what it comes down to. If there's like a big crash, we could be in trouble, but like, also it depends if it's like a short-term thing or not. If it's like for a month or two, I don't think people are gonna really care that much. Like, honestly, if it's like next month there's a crash but it ends in like July or something, I don't think people are gonna really care that much, especially if the economy's going. But if it's like the economy sinks and then it's a year long, yeah, we're screwed. But
Oh yeah, and speaking of Houston politics, Al Green is we have a resolution to censure Al Green.
they're gonna
Introduced
barely get the votes.
introduced by the House Freedom Caucus.
All right.
It'll probably be a party line vote, so but he'll probably get censored.
Cherokee Bear.
Yes, he might be like the only holdout though. I guess we'll see.
Cherokee Bear for 2. I'm an FSU fan because my mom. All right. Fine.
I'll be honest. Like FSU, I know I started off hating them. The reason I started off hating them was my first year in college. They came to a game at my school, UF, and they made the place smell like weed. They trashed the place. We had to do like a community cleanup to clean up after the Seminole fans mess. But you know what? I've met more as I go on. I think FSU fans are pretty
That's definitely
nice.
that sounds like FSU.
Yeah.
uh,
I'll be nice to you, FSU. We have a common enemy.
I just love the fact
My
that
alumni.
you hate the Gators that much. It's like, yeah,
Well, like, it doesn't matter to me if they play good or bad football. Also, by the way, they're just like terrible at football too. Like and also they're purposely terrible because they go out of their way to like get fouls and get errors and stuff. And I'm just like, why can't you just play the game straight? Why can't you play the game straight, you dumb pieces of shit? You're losing because you can't play by the rules. And so it's just like one of those things where like I'm pissed off at how they play the game. I'm pissed off at who they are as human beings. It's just a giant mess. Fuck the Gators.
man, I have never heard of someone that hated their team so much. I never heard of this before.
I just disown them. They're not my team. I disown them. I went to their school. I disown them. I,
All right, American Nerd for 2. El Green should be expelled from Congress. That's never gonna happen. But yeah, he probably should. But they'll never get rid of him.
They don't have the votes for it.
Yeah, so anyways, speaking of Congress, we gotta talk about what happened last night at the State of, well, again, not State of the Union, but what I don't get why they can't call it the State of the Union. It's the same thing.
It's only State of the Union if it's been at least a year after the term
It's
starts.
freaking
I guess.
stupid. Just call it the State of the Union.
They should call it the presidency preview or something like
Or
that.
no, just like just say it's like an address to the nation or something.
Joint address to Congress, anyways.
Fine, whatever. All right,
do
so
you think they should do it like Nintendo, the President Trump Direct?
oh,
We'll call it the Trump
the
Direct.
Trump Direct.
The Trump pilot. The Trump pilot.
You know, I still want to know what's in that binder. We still not know what it was.
That was no. He was.
You mean inside of the Epstein binder?
No, the freaking if you watch
The binder
speech,
that was on his
yeah,
the
Trump had like a
podium.
binder just sitting there.
Oh, that's weird.
It just sat there. It's like,
A lot of people thought it was going to be Project 2025 and that Trump was going to lock the doors and then like announce it.
yeah, just like the military's
Oh, I
there.
would love that. The
Yeah,
best
just-
poll ever.
His people just lock the doors to the house.
Yeah, you just have like the military there and stuff. I don't know what it was. My guess it was a speech, but usually they don't have it there. I don't know. It just, I was wondering. I was hoping it's like, oh yeah, it's a files or something, but no. But yeah, I want to give.
They probably. I mean, it probably was his speech, but he was just like,
guessing.
I don't need it. I don't need it. I can recite off the top of my head.
Oh yeah, by the way,
Okay.
if you guys want to know, you can go to project2025.observer and it actually tracks the stuff that was in Project 2025 and seeing how much of it the administration actually does. If you want to,
It's a listen.
Project.
It's not the
Yeah,
same
I'll
thing.
put it in the chat.
It's not the same thing technically. Surely.
Yeah.
Sure, buddy. Sure. SoCal Loom for
It is
2.
Project 2025.
Last that was as great, but 2016 RNC clears. Yeah, I still think 2016 RNC was the best. I think that's number 1. That's never gonna be topped. Never. This one was like, it's up there. I liked the speech. I think it was pretty good. But what are you guys' thoughts on it before I give my full opinion on it?
It's probably one of the best speeches of his career.
I agree.
Oh yeah, it was definitely good. Like I think it was also like he was pretty clear throughout it. It was nothing like the Biden speech last year. Like all the people who claim like he was like demented or whatever, like just got proven BS. I will say though, I think the Dems proved a lot last night.
What the okay, listen. I know usually you don't stand for certain things. What the fuck was Hakeem Jeffries thinking? What the hell was he thinking by doing that?
For a split second, I thought you were saying that about the picture I said in general, and I was like, I didn't think it was that.
Oh gosh. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
speaking of that, I honestly do wonder if Vance has seen the memes of himself. I mean,
Oh, he's seen them. He has so
seen
many
them. He's
burners
seen
on
them.
Twitter. He has.
I think he's also been involved in like group chats on Twitter.
Yeah,
I mean,
I know.
obviously he's
Listen,
probably not
he
in them
has
anymore. 'Cause he's
burners.
vice president.
It's an open secret that the guy has burners.
No, I think he actually was in group chats on like his personal account.
Yeah,
I
I
was
know he
never in them,
was. He
unfortunately.
was.
Unfortunately, he's probably no longer active in
Yeah, no,
them
there's no way
anymore
that
because he's vice president.
like
but-
Secret Service is like, no way.
Yeah, because he's vice president and all that, and
Um,
we'll probably be president for the next 8 years.
That's real.
So
American
he'll be back in the group chats in 2033,
That's
guys.
real.
Trust the plan.
American Era for 3. Joint address of Congress does sound lame, yeah. But it's like that's whatever. Cherokee Bear.
Wait, sorry, not 2033. 2037.
Yeah, it'll be a while. Cherokee Bear for 3. 2025 joint address versus over 2021. Oh, easy. Biden's was awful. I mean, old Biden State of the Union sucked. They were bad. K Cup for 2. Trump directed Trump State of Play. Yeah, I actually like that. Just Trump direct. You know, speaking of that, I still want to know why Trump hasn't done any more, like, Twitter things. Like honestly, I don't get. I always thought it would be a cool idea to do like FDR did, like those fireside chats, but just do on Twitter. Like you could reach how many people like
Trump Twitter
Like
space.
a Twitter space. The Twitter spaces would they would not be able to handle.
I know, but like it worked on it with Trump.
Trump should come on my streams.
Oh yeah, sure.
I'd welcome President Trump on my
dozens of
streams.
people, the dozens of people.
They'd be getting a lot more than dozens of people if Trump came on.
Yeah,
I'll tell you that.
Lord Rhino for 2. I am the Senate Donald Trump. I was hoping you would say that, but of course
President
not.
Trump, if you're listening, join our stream.
Yeah,
please.
it's real. Join Real American Politics. Join the channel.
Ready to keep you waiting, complicated business.
All right, so, but yeah, I do want to talk about the speech last night because I think that was a top 5 speech by Trump. I really think that was very good because it wasn't just a substance, which I think was actually, I like the fact he focused on the economy. I wish it would have been a bit more. I think that's my one complaint. I think if you would have focused a bit more on the economy, I think it would have been like the second best ever. But I think it was like a top 5 speech by him.
Mm-hmm.
Just my take. Builder Shed for 5. Democrats in the JA thinking they are winning the optics game until Trump brings up the kid with cancer beating it. Yeah, so we gotta talk about that also because these freaking people are disgusting. But yeah, John, what are your thoughts on Trump last night?
Well, he brought back some of the best stuff he did in 2017. I think at that time he had brought back a widow of a Navy SEAL that had been affected by immigration policy. So he did the same pony trick, which is normal, where you bring somebody that's supposed to be totally non-controversial, and you kind of pincer the Democrats in a corner where they have to go, well, you know, if you don't clap for this, you're a horrible person, and if you do clap for this, well, you're complicit in the Trump administration. So like, it's one of those things where it's like the Dems should have clapped and they should have done all of these things, but Trump's point in doing it was to show that they're physically incapable of it. And he even said it during the speech, if you guys caught it. He said it's like I could cure cancer, I could solve the economy, I could end world hunger. These people wouldn't clap. And I'm paraphrasing, but you get what I mean. So I think that he accomplished all of his objectives. He made it really clear. And then you go and you look at the polling data.
Yeah.
CBS polling data, almost 70% of
76%.
everybody who watched this.
So that those
76% from CBS. I guess I'm thinking of the CNN poll, which was like
60 something.
So those are both really good.
Yeah, now people are going to say, oh, well, this is among people that watch the speech, which again, usually more partisan. But the CBS News poll, they actually demonstrated that these are not just Republicans agreeing with Trump. That it was, I think it was 50% that watched it were independents, 25% were, or Republican, I should say, 25% were independent, the rest were Dems. So If we
No,
see,
because yeah, that's a thing too. Like, if you look at the CBS poll, the amount of Democrats who watched it line up almost perfectly with like the
yeah,
disapprove. Like, it was actually slightly under
yeah.
the
So
the disapprove was under the
the whole
Democrats who watched.
point is, it's not just Republicans agreeing with Trump here. It's not. These are independents, even
No.
some Democrats. They're saying, yeah, we like what Trump said here. Again, they might be a bit more Trump friendly. I get that, but like, how do you explain a gap this big when it's half of them are independents or Dems? Half of them are.
Well, I have an explanation, and essentially it's what we've been seeing, like in the Gallup polling and in everything else. It's that we're seeing a slow emergence of a much larger Republican Party than was previously present, and it's happening slowly, and so that's why we don't really notice it day by day. But I think this is ultimately the answer. You have a lot of maybe if there's some Democrats that liked the speech, they may be Republicans by the time we get to the next general election. You don't know. But I definitely feel like that's how it's going. I feel like the Democrats are alienating themselves from by using 2080 issues, 3070 issues, and siding with the 20, siding with the 30. They're pulling themselves away from their base.
I mean, this
And
is insane.
yeah, it's really funny. I think they've confused their base with their radical end, and they've been doing that for a decade because they think they can just keep pushing, pushing, pushing. But yeah, no, they're leaving behind the country itself, and that was part of Trump's point in the speech, that the people sitting there that are supposed to represent America do not actually represent 80% of America, and that's going to make the Democrat Party continue to shrink.
Yeah. I honestly have no clue who thought it was a good idea to not stand at all. And Trump, that was genius. I mean, it was a nice thing he did, but it's, you know why he did it. Not only to help the kid, obviously, but also it's like, hey, everyone should theoretically stand and clap for this, right? Surely every person would. Oh, they didn't. I just, like, do they really think that's a good idea? Do they actually think people support that crap? I'm actually curious, like, do they actually think that's a good idea?
Oh, by the way, one thing I actually forgot to mention about Sylvester Turner. Sorry to be off
Ah!
topic. Yeah. So back in 2017, there was a push among like very far leftists to remove the statue of Sam Houston at Herman Park because slavery and
Insane.
stuff. Yeah, and then Sylvester Turner, he was asked about it by local media, and he was like, "Yeah, it's not even on my agenda. I haven't given it any thought."
W.
So yeah, and by the way, he's a liberal Democrat, so I mean, he has removed Confederate statues from Houston, but when it came to Sam Houston, who's literal namesake of the city, one of the saviors of Texas. Yeah,
Yeah,
he didn't bow down to pressure.
that's good.
So I gotta give him props for that. So
All
yeah,
right.
carry on.
Caden H for 2. Wish you talked more about the corruption and the economy. Still solid. Yeah, I still wish you would have talked a bit more on that. But my guess is he just wanted to focus on, like, hey, this is no common sense stuff. This is stuff that Democrats are opposed to, and he proved
Yeah,
it.
and even with that, he has the record holder for the longest speech to
Yeah,
a joint session of Congress,
hour and 40
beating
minutes.
beating Bill Clinton. I think I told you it'd be like at least an hour and a half.
I always thought, oh yeah, these are a bit shorter, but no, Trump's like, screw
No,
it.
I think it's probably was longer than even his other State Union
Yeah, they
addresses.
said it's the
So
longest ever.
that means
Oh,
expect a
oh
longer
gosh, how
one.
long are State of the Union's gonna be? Oh god.
They're gonna be like at least 2 hours, even when he's 82.
Yeah, it's like 2 hours long, and it's
There's gonna be like all afternoon. They're
Yeah.
gonna start at like 1 p.m.
He'll be 81 years old, and then he'll be speaking for 3 hours.
Which, by the way, speaking of that, he sounded good. And so much for this idea he had dementia. Remember that one? Oh, he's slowing down.
I mean, obviously he looks old. And
Well, he looks
is,
older,
but-
yeah.
And yeah, he doesn't sound
I
as
remember
great as he
people
did
were
before,
claiming
but
he was in worse shape than Biden
I
because
remember
like
that.
yeah,
It's
because
night
of
and day.
JD. Remember JD Mandel when he made that slip up and everyone was acting like it was like the biggest like scandal in American
Yeah.
politics. No, it's funny too. Have you seen these things? Like the Lincoln Project, I think, posted it.
Oh gosh.
Like, what was it? This
Adam
no, what was
Kinzinger.
it? He was like walking. Remember that?
Yeah, oh yeah, and he
Post-
like he shuffled or something, right?
No, they said
Who's the
Trump
goofy?
is dragging his leg. He's not mentally well or
Oh
something.
yeah,
And it
that's
was
right.
like
He barely like You look, he even drag it. He just moved it. These people are freaking nuts.
No, it's like they're trying to act like we acted with Biden, except with Biden it was actually evident.
You could freaking see. We had Axios reports saying, yeah, Biden would wake up at 11 p.m. and be up for 2 hours. That's what they admit to. So it's like, yeah, there's a big difference between Trump and Biden. American Nerd for 10. Rat, did you see the video of Vance and Johnson talk about the speech before Trump arrived? And Johnson talked about having to listen to Biden, who gave a, quote, stupid campaign speech. That was great. Yeah, Vance is like, oh yeah, this would be like an hour and a half long. Can't comfort 5. Him saying adjustment period felt like he was saying that the positive change will come. Just hang on a bit longer. That seems accurate or not. No, it is. I think that was smart to say that. Personally, because you want to make sure people understand, hey, we might have it's not going to get better right away. It just mathematically can't. So.
Yeah, I mean, you guys just saw a massive market correction, which people were interpreting as a potential sign of a crash. It's not going to crash.
Dumbasses.
But it's a market correction, and it is going to hit pretty hard on the economy. And that's just the result. Listen, like every single day, even after Trump won the election, the Biden administration found every conceivable way to spend money up until the day they left office. And that actually has effects, and the effects take a while to hit. And it's going to hit, and it's going to be under Trump's purview, but that's why Trump's getting all this investment into the country. That's why he's trying to really build up investment into this country, because he knows as the money flows, as the revenue flows, tax dollar flows, he knows everything's going to get better. But yeah, no, expecting an adjustment period for the economy, 100% realistic. You really do need to expect.
I was saying this like before the election, like it's not going to be right away. I don't get why people think, oh yeah, it takes 2 days. It takes months, if years, for your economic agenda to really start doing stuff. It does. It doesn't take 2 seconds. But yeah, so I do think we're going to see like a correction period, which I kind of think Trump's going to want to do anyways. Because we need a crash. Well, not a crash, but we definitely need a correction. Badly. Because, like, you can't keep going where we're going, where it's like, yeah, our GDP is being propped up by government spending. Which is what's happening. Which has been happening for years. It's fake. So I'm glad the Trump administration kind of realizes that we got to stop this now. So. Anyways, a glitch Eevee for 2. Have you heard about the Trump STD conspiracies? What? What conspiracies? Like Trump has like AIDS or whatever? What?
I guess. I don't know.
I know
Adam Kinzinger.
I got it from Laura Loomer.
Oh gosh. That's probably.
I know Adam Kinzinger was pushing a conspiracy theory that Trump apparently smells.
Does what?
Adam Kinzinger had he had spread a theory that Trump apparently stinks or something.
Oh gosh, he's a professional loser. That's what. That's who these people are.
Here we go.
What?
Current Revolt put out a story.
What happened?
I gotta see this on Twitter. Current Revolt, that's a Texas politics conservative news page, put out a story about a candidate in Texas, a certain political candidate in Texas, not Valentina, but this is the actual challenger against Dan Crenshaw right now.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, so on Twitter she's known as Chrissy Ann, or was known as Chrissy Ann, and has an AI profile picture.
Oh yeah, this AI person.
Yeah. So her real name is Ava Solari, and she actually finally put it out on Twitter. So now her name on Twitter is Ava Solari instead of Chrissy Ann. No, her AI profile picture, she looks nothing like that. She's actually kind of fat.
So this one I'm concerned about. Are we gonna start seeing like AI candidates now? Like, is it gonna be a thing now?
Yes.
Yeah,
AI candidates.
She's also gotten into fights with Kenny Webster, who's a conservative radio host in Houston. Great guy, by the way.
Bro.
Oh, and apparently
Holy shit, John Rose. It's the Univancer. That's crazy.
Oh, and according to Current Revolt, Ava Zolari, whose legal name is believed to be Kristen Ann Oberg, has gone by at least 9 different names.
Oh, that's a good sign. That's a real good sign.
All right, listing them out here. Kristen Ann Olberg, her legal name. Kristen Ann Hudson, when she was married to her husband out of California. Christy Ann Caesar.
Caesar? Oh
Yeah,
my gosh.
use different spellings of it. Kristen Ann Steen. Christy Ann Kaur, when she was married to an Indian guy, I guess. Kristen Ann Ravisa. Okay, so she's been married multiple times.
Yeah, she seems like a scam artist.
Yeah, Kristen Ann Zalari, Ava Zari, and then Ava Zalari, which is the name she's using now.
So basically, we have a scam artist running against Crenshaw.
Yes.
Oh my
100%.
gosh. Okay, SOVN for 27. Thoughts in New Jersey voter cleanup showing R plus 50,000. Yeah, I saw that. Democrats gotta wake up with New Jersey. They better wake the hell up or they might be in trouble there, but
Oh yeah, and
hopefully
Andrew.
they don't
Oh
wake
yeah,
up.
Andrew Tate's in the news too.
Sleep tight. I'll tuck the Democrats in if they want me to.
oh gosh.
Sleep tight. Good night.
Andrew Tate, we're not talking with the Tate stuff. That just no. Just no. K-Cup for 5. Speaking of candidates, Brad Schimmel was in yesterday for our Newsmaker Sunday show interview. I spoke with him for a quick minute. Nice guy. Yeah, so Brad Schimmel thinks he's going to win. That's my current take. I think he's going to win.
You know what?
The betting market still have it at 70-30 Crawford. I think people should I'm not saying I don't gamble, but I'm not saying by any means that Schimmel's guaranteed to win. So don't bet like an insane amount. But if you think you want to make like a small bet, like put a little money on Predict It for Schimmel, because he's at like 30% right now.
That should be like 50-50 or something. Not
yeah,
70-30.
exactly.
That's a good bet. Like, I'm not saying do it, but I'm just saying
I'm gonna say this. Yeah, I'm gonna say this about the Rays here. I said this in a Discord with Red Eagle, but I think the actually I think I tweeted this out as well. But I think the inseminated persons feigned by Tony Evers may have been exactly what Schimmel needed to boost his campaign.
Oh, it was big time.
He needed that. He needed that national attention culture war story.
Freaking dumb. I still think Evers did it on purpose. He just loses his mind, but. Anyways, Builder Shed for 2, Herrera for House, Demo Ranch for Governor. Real. Again, like, I'm not saying bet on Schimmel, but I'm just saying, like, if I were to, I'm not saying you should, I'm just saying, like, in my opinion, if I was going to, I think it's a good bet. Because I think it should be 50-50 right now. I don't know why it's 70. Why is it 70-30? Why?
There's probably a lot of Democrats betting on
probably.
it. Yeah, so.
Well, yeah, because Dems are the only people who use Predict It now, I think. Because like most Republicans just use Polymarket.
Yeah, I guess.
Or Calfee.
Oh, yeah, it's a new one, yeah.
So I don't think Polymarket you can use that in America, but Calfee you can.
Well, funny.
No, people still use Polymarket. They just use cryptocurrency.
It's like, yeah, you can't use it, but people use it.
Yeah, they just use cryptocurrency.
Yeah. A glitch Eevee for 2. Resist libs are claiming Trump has syphilis. Oh gosh. Well, that explains it. But yeah, anyway, speaking of the State of the Union, there was something I wanted to also bring up. So they asked the voters about like specific things Trump mentioned during the speech. And this was from CBS News, and well, to say this is not good for Dems to be understatement. So according to them, 77% said they like what Trump said about wasted government spending. 77% said immigration and border they liked. Ukraine and Russia, 73% said they liked it. Even tariffs, 65% said they liked it.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Republicans are somewhat divided on the tariffs issue, but that's to be expected.
Yeah, but even then, it's like, guys, this includes independents. This includes Democrats, and there's even this basically implies that every single Democrat is or independent approves what Trump is doing for government spending, immigration, Ukraine and Russia, and tariffs. That's what this is implying. Again, not every single independent's gonna be this true swing voter, but I mean, was there any positives for Dems last night? I mean, did they even have did Slotkin speak, right?
Yes, Slotkin spoke.
Did anyone even listen to that?
Probably some resist lives in that.
I did not even bother. I saw a couple of clips. It's like, what the hell are they running on?
Didn't that blind black congresswoman from Oakland also speak?
Yeah, for some shitty third party. I don't know. It's a scam.
Yeah, I think they. Well, I mean, Flocken was the official one. They probably had some DEI ones as well. I don't know.
So yeah, I mean, guys, I'm being honest when I ask this. Was there a single positive thing for Dems last night?
No. You know, honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if Democrats started doing multiple official responses for like the different
They
gender,
kind of
for
already
like
do
the
that,
different.
anyways.
Yeah, yeah, they have to have the male response, the female response, the black response, the non-binary response, the LGBTQIA plus, I don't know,
Response.
transgender. I don't know.
Bernie responded. Freaking Bernie Sanders, what a loser. I mean, that guy, unfreaking believable. This
Yeah, this
guy,
guy, I don't even think this guy clapped for like the steel worker.
this guy's a complete
Yeah,
fraud. Which, by the way, why the hell did they? Why the hell? I think Slotkin said something bad about tariffs last night. I could be wrong, but it's like, do you idiots understand which union just backed tariffs? The UAW.
yeah, the UAW.
Good freaking job. What a
I
these
think they
people are
even praised the
morons.
Canadian. They even praised the Canadian tariffs, did they?
What?
They even praised the Canadian
Yeah, no,
tariffs,
they
did
said all
they?
the tariffs are good. It's like, yeah, put Americans first. That's a UAW. These freaking morons. I just don't understand what they're doing. Guys, the average person supports tariffs. And the way Trump is putting it, that's how people support it. He is saying, hey, we're not getting screwed over any longer. You put tariffs on us or you screw us over, we're going to slap back. That's what he did. So, Bill Deshed for two, the 3P, she was speaking for who was probably PSL or Green. Oh. So I guess she was speaking for a third party, I guess. If this keeps up, I wouldn't be surprised if Republicans keep the House. You know, what do you... How much does this really hurt Dems? That's actually the real question. Is this one of those things where it's like, oh yeah, no one cares about it? Or is it actually like just a long-term negative for this party?
I mean, this one probably won't matter for 2026, or for the midterms, but there is still the 2026 State of the Union.
Yeah.
That'll probably have more of an effect, although we'll see. It's still months. It's still going to be months before the midterms itself.
It's just... I still think what this does long-term, it doesn't really... I don't think it really necessarily helps Republicans, but I think the Democrats' image, it's already bad. I think it goes down even further. I mean, how can anyone look at this and say, yeah, we like what Democrats did. Yeah, they didn't stand and clap for the kid with cancer. Or, like, did they clap for the... Nothing, actually. Wait, I just realized the only thing they clapped for was the Ukrainian war.
Ukraine, yeah, that was it.
Because I remember this. Trump said, if Ukraine and Russia don't end the war now, it's going to continue for 5 more years. And they clapped. They were like, yes, 5 more years of war.
Well, yeah, because they
These freaking
I mean,
bozos.
their goal is literally to overthrow Putin and nation build.
Even the American public is getting sick of Ukraine. Didn't CNN have a poll that said a majority of people want the war to end now?
Yeah.
These freaking... Yeah. Who's giving them their numbers? Because I guarantee you it's some shitty pollster giving this information, telling them, oh, this is what the American people really want. Unbelievable.
Yeah, they're stuck in a bubble, and even the big pollsters that they have, their massive panels still have that inherent bias in them, and it wasn't apparent to them because they controlled the message and rhetoric for so long in America, and they're not used to not having that power. So, look, it might take a couple of elections for them to finally realize that, oh, I actually have to, oh crap, I have to check opinion polling. Oh no.
Well, I mean, but listen, like, I said this last night, the Democrat Party, they gave control of their party to terminally online radicals. That's the truth. They gave up their entire party to these people that are terminally online. Like David Hoggs of the world. I mean, these are the only people that defended them for not standing clapping. Their excuse is, oh, the Republicans cut cancer funding. Which is not true, by the way. You look that one up. They're full of shit with that. What actually happened was the Senate Democrats, they stonewalled it for 9 months and passed it in December. That's what actually happened. It was a separate bill.
And again, they're used to controlling the information. They don't realize they don't control the information anymore. That's the problem.
That's true.
Because
Andrew Jones
they can lie all they want. They can lie all they want as long as they think they control the information, and they haven't realized they don't yet.
All right, Andrew Jones for 5. After last night, I don't see how Dems are going to rebound from that. I think that, I mean, it's one thing, but like if Democrats keep going on and on about the same bullshit, it's not going to work. People are not falling for it anymore, thankfully. Let's see. Build your shed for 2. Imagine USA made a alliance with Russia against NATO. That's not gonna happen. My guess it would be an economic deal with Russia. So, Object Clays Canada for 5. It may not affect 20 Dems at 26, but reps can always bring back can always bring clips back again on top of what reps do between now and then. See, Democrats don't support the USA. Well, that's part of it. If Republicans are smart, just copy paste the State of the Union and what Democrats did. Just have Trump say this kid had cancer and he wanted to be a police officer, and I'm gonna make him a Secret Service agent, and Democrats don't clap. That's all you gotta do. That's what you gotta frickin' do to these people.
Apparently there was one that did, but
yeah, but there's one. Congratulations, one. I mean, like, how many people was it they didn't clap for? Like 6 of them? Like, what, the cancer kid, the Laken Riley, which they passed! We're talking about this last night on stream. They passed a freaking bill for Laken Riley! And they didn't clap for that? I mean, are they just this deranged? Like, are they out of touch this much? They don't even know what bill they passed a month ago? Because they passed it, what, back in January, was it? When did they pass the Laken Riley Act? Anyone know?
January?
Yeah.
Like January, probably December. I mean, I think even the early iterations of it, they passed.
All right. Ethan W. Monster for 2. Tariff poll is shocking. Yeah, I mean, people support tariffs. You're just gonna be smart with it. If you tell people, hey, we're doing this because China screwed us over, they're gonna support it. Don't listen to what the freaking shitty pollsters like CNN says. No one cares what they have to say. If you tell the American people, hey, we're going to tariff Canada and Mexico because we want to deal with the drugs. We want to end the fentanyl crisis now. Then people will support it. So, Democrats are hypocritical, though, years to years of inflationary price policies and have the gall to complain about inflation. Well, yeah, I mean, there's been polls where it's like, on November 5th, or November 4th, I should say, they said the economy was perfect, okay? And the day after the election, then out of nowhere, every Democrat in the polling said, yeah, the economy's actually good, shit now, because Trump won. It's just great. Let's see. Did you see the YouGov poll on gay marriage? I wanted to bring that up. Did you guys see this?
Oh, yeah.
That's a massive outlier. I'm gonna wait until I see more information to claim
of course
that.
you think it's
Because
outlier.
I don't think public opinion shifted 20 points overnight like that. And like no other poll is showing it. So
Donald
no.
Trump was elected president. He was sworn into office, and immediately the whole country went, wait a second. I don't like gay people.
Well, okay, this is what I'll argue, Luke. This is what I'll argue. I still don't think it's 52%. I'm not denying that, but I think it's clear that people are starting to slowly turn against it. Slowly. And I've argued for years that a lot of people that say they support it, guys, you ask these people that say, oh, I support gay marriage. They only, a chunk of them say that because, oh yeah, they don't want to admit to a pollster that they don't support it. That's not his truth. So I've always believed this number was always way too high. It was never 80%. That was bullshit. It was never 70%. But I do think we are seeing a slow drop. How much is that because people just realize they don't give a shit about the left anymore? Or is that because of transgender stuff? I don't know. But
I think people just wanted to be left alone. Most like people, and now that it's everywhere, people are just kind of getting negatively polar. I don't think people necessarily like disagree with gay marriage. I think it's just more so people don't like the stuff and they kind of just affiliate that with
well, because that's, look,
with
just the honest
everything.
truth, that's what you get when you have gay marriage. That's just the honest truth. Sorry, but it's true. It always leads to that crap. American Art for 5. Rap, even though last night showed everyone how awful Dems are, we cannot get complacent. We need to get ready for 2026 to find the best candidates. Oh, I agree. I agree. But yeah, listen, like, the whole gay marriage stuff, obviously, listen, I should be clear about one thing. I have nothing against gay people. Like, if you want to be together, fine. I just don't think it's a marriage, for obvious reasons. I think it's between a man and a woman.
Yeah, I just think the government should kind of be out of it, out of marriage, in my opinion. Like, I don't think it should be a government thing.
Well,
I
that
think
was
that's
what it
like the
was for
safest thing to do.
years, but then the Supreme Court's like, oh no, it must be mandated because we can. Gay marriage is like most social movements over the last 50 years or so was actively pushed by old major institutions. Well, that's what happened. And all the institutions all at once pushed for it. And then after the Supreme Court said, oh yeah, gay marriage is allowed, suddenly everyone supported it. I wonder what happened. I wonder what happened.
That is one of the most uniquely interesting things about this is you do see public opinion being shifted by the court, and of course that ties into other conversations we could be having today about the Supreme Court's power being
Freaking
way
dumbasses.
too much. But in general, I think the main thing, even if like people do have gay friends, they're probably looking at it and be like, "Are you married? No. Are you married? No." Because there's a large portion of gays that just never intend to get married, don't want to get married, because once we actually had like a general understanding of gay lifestyle in this country, everybody understood, oh wait a second, gays don't, that's not the way gays operate. That's not the way gays work. Like they do, like there's a small percentage of gay people that pretend, or not pretend, but they act the same as normal heterosexual couples, and they do their little marriage, or maybe they get their little IVF baby, or like whatever the crap they're doing. Um, at the end of the day, we just know the lifestyles are different, and the marriages are fundamentally different. And the marriages, because of the
marriages.
Well, right. Absolutely, on a theological perspective, there's no such thing as a gay marriage. But yeah, at the end of the day, if the 2015 Supreme Court ruling was enough to shift public opinion, then the Supreme Court overturning it, I think, honestly, might be enough to shift public opinion the other direction. And so we'll just have to see.
Because
we'll just have to see.
I think what happened was people just got like terrified to admit they were against it. That's what I think actually happened. They're like,
people were terrified. They
because
were.
Can you imagine, like, back in 2015 especially, if you said you were against gay marriage, oh my, you would be fired immediately. You're like, oh, we can't have you here. Get out of here.
I mean, you can call me cringe. I do have gay friends. Not many, but I have a couple, and none of them are married. They're well over the age of getting married. None of them are married, and I don't expect them to ever get married, and they don't know anyone that's going to get married either. It's just not something that gays do. So I think that's part of what makes it more acceptable to not support gay marriage, is just the like base reality that this is not something most gay people do.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like a small chunk to actually get married. So what was the point?
Yeah.
What was the point of all this?
Equality. Some semblance of equality. And people are kind of getting sick and tired of this. Of everything existing just for the sake of equality. I think that's something that's happening across the country. People just they're tired of the grift.
No gay marriage called a civil union. Well, that's the argument. Just do it for tax purposes, fine. But like, what they did was they tried to redefine marriage. So
apparently, a bunch of Americans are applying for UK citizenship.
Bye. Adios.
Bye. Adios.
Why don't you move to the UK of like any country?
UK or Ukraine? Oh.
I was hoping Ukraine.
Hey. No, I don't know why everyone's going to the UK, because the UK is like a dump right now. So I don't know why they'd go there. I mean, like, why not go to like Denmark?
I mean, there's a lot of Anglophiles in the country, but I mean,
why wouldn't they go to like Denmark or something? Well, I guess they speak English in the UK, but like.
All right, K Cup for 5. Trump wins election. Gay guy. Oh no, I'm so scared for my future. Trump gets sworn in. Gay guy. Wait a second, I ain't gay no more. That's real.
Oh yeah, should we talk about what the Supreme Court did today?
Oh, freaking losers. We'll get to that in a second. Sean Resendez for 5. The problem is they've done nothing but call people homophobic and bigoted for the last few years, and now people are turning on them. Well, that's part of it. It's like, people are like, wait, you've been calling us homophobic just for saying that we believe marriage is sacred. And like, you call us homophobic for not liking this crap in movies. Wait a minute. What's going on here?
Guys, are the
You know, and
transgender activists gonna move to England and then, like, out of fear of the Trump dictatorship, and then find out HRT is banned over there? Is that what's gonna happen?
well, you know, I'm gonna make this point, a point that might be pushing people away from supporting gay marriage just as a sentiment. It may be that religious people who previously supported gay marriage are opposing it because they feel they've been attacked by the administration. You know, you look at all this stuff, all the lawfare
Yeah.
against people praying at abortion clinics or pro-life activists, and that there's a lot of general persecution of religious people, and we saw a lot of that during COVID too. But yeah, I think like just generally they're upset about the government interfering in religious affairs, and now they perceive gay marriage as interfering in their religious affairs, and so that's changing the opinion. I think that might be a part of it.
All right. Glitch EV for 2. What happened was slippery slope was proven. That's part of it too, I think. Because again, I want to clear up one thing. Not everyone that's gay is like. I'm not saying that. It is a small minority. I'm not. That's what I'm not saying everyone's like that. But the problem is when you like encourage people, like publicize it, the amount we did, that doesn't become a good thing. You know, it ruined. Like, how do I say this, John? You can probably put it better. You can probably put.
I'm not gonna put it better, but I'm gonna put it very bluntly. We promoted homosexuality. A lot of kids became homosexual or bisexual, and then there was a really sharp increase in mental illness across the country. And no, not everybody makes correlation into causation there, but honestly, a lot of conservatives do make that connection. And anybody that's like even mildly conservative minded, they're like, wait a second, are we using all this identity politics as a way to make our kids more mentally ill? It's really obvious with transgenderism
Yeah, that's
that
obvious.
when people jump into into transgender lifestyle, they become severely mentally ill to the extent of, you know, doing horrible things to themselves. But some of that then ends up translating back over into the other L, G, and B in the acronym.
This is big news, Rep. Marquette is in the process of dropping a poll of Wisconsin Supreme Court.
I'm not even bothered with them.
But no, it's very good. They just have the approval numbers. It's very good for Schimmel so far.
What is it? Send it.
Schimmel. Okay, yeah. Well, problem with Marquette law is that they like
They're
just post
garbage.
it in. No, the way
They're
they release
shitty.
it is like the worst. But like the approvals are pretty good. Just look at their recent posts. I'll send their account over. Just look at the recent posts from the account.
I'm just saying Marquette's a shitty pollster. All right.
Well, I love. Whoa, a shocker! Respondents say they're paying more attention to the Supreme Court race than the school superintendent race.
Hold up,
What a
hold
shocker,
up.
dude!
Ooh, hold up here. So this is okay, this is what it says for Marquette. Although these races are officially nonpartisan, opinions of the candidates are nonetheless aligned with partisanship of voters. Republicans are strongly favorable to Schimmel, net favorability of +50, and Democrats strongly favor Crawford, net favorability of 34. Oh boy. What that tells us is the base behind Schimmel, way more than Crawford. And for an election like the Supreme Court race, that's a big deal. That's a big freaking deal. Now, knowing Marquette, they're going to drop a Crawford +20, but that favorability is good for Schimmel. Really good.
Yeah, I will say this. This is their poll of people who are certain to vote.
All right.
So people tend to have more of an opinion on Schimmel than Crawford. That's something we've gotten a lot. A lot of people don't know who Crawford is.
And that's not good for her because they're not going to vote. Either know who she is. So, yeah, Schimmel's a way high. Again, that was always the question. How much of a name recognition advantage would Schimmel have? Like, obviously he was Attorney General, but that was like 10 years ago at this point. But
Trump, according to Marquette, Trump has a -3 approval rating in Wisconsin, which knowing them probably means he's up 5.
Bull freaking shit. Marquette is full of shit. That's why I said ignore them. M for 20, change the topic, but have you seen how offended the Brits got about JD's comments about mineral deal being a better deal than random EU troops? He didn't even refer to the Brits, and he clarified that that is not what he meant. Well, the Brits are just, they don't even got a military.
Well, you have to remember, like, all of the information control that we saw under 2020, the 2020 election, that is even stronger in the UK. The people in the United Kingdom do not have free press. They do not have a free, like, access to information, and even if they do, it's not popular. And yet something you really have to take into account. A lot of these people just saw news headlines and that said JD Vance says that the UK can't help Ukraine because their soldiers don't even know how to fight. That was what the British people heard, and that's what they opposed, and that's why Nigel Farage had his little temper
Freaking
tantrum.
dumbass.
Yeah, no. All of it has to do with terrible flow of information in that country. If they knew what actually happened and what JD actually said, they'd support it.
All right, and look at this crap. In the current polls, 60% of independents disapprove of Trump and 39% approve. Are you serious? -21 with independents.
Yet he's somehow only -3 statewide.
Watch, it's
with
me
that.
Crawford plus 10. Watch. These freaking hacks. Every time it's Marquette. This is why I don't listen to Marquette ever. I mean, like,
I don't
remember,
think they're gonna do a Supreme Court poll. I think it's only favorability. We'll see in a second, though.
freaking, I mean, Marquette, I literally exposed them on stream for faking their numbers, but they're back to this shit again. So you're telling me that oh my, this is what Marquette's claiming in this tweet. They're claiming more independents back in 2017 supported Trump than they do today.
No. That's just bullshit. We know
bullshit.
there's too many other data points saying that that's not true. That's lie. Total lie.
Bullshit. That's what I gotta say. Just bullshit. That's my recent tweet. Bullshit.
Imagine with these numbers, Schimmel is still leading if they release it.
If they don't release these, if they release it, it'd be like Crawford plus 20. If they don't release it, it's Schimmel winning, but they don't want to drop it. That's Marquette for you.
I don't think they're gonna drop it.
This freaking I don't get how anyone could like believe this crap. It's so obviously bullshit. It's like really -21 right now with independents. Yet he's -3 statewide. Who the hell are these independents? Who are they?
They're probably from Madison.
I am excited though for the SoCal poll whenever that comes up.
I don't know. Marquette said this.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, good. I was making sure. Let's get to the Supreme Court stuff too.
What? What happened?
Let's get to the Supreme Court stuff.
All right. Builder Shed for 5. Someone from Canada said Britain has its nukes 200 if US wants to screw around. They must like radioactive seas of cobalt. George Washington will be proud. What? I don't care. Like, America's more nukes. I don't think that's a good comparison. These townhomes are pointless, considering how much his job approval is compared to his first term. Well, yeah, it's like, these polls are so full of shit. It's, how can anyone believe this? Like, oh, it's -21. Sure.
Okay, so the Supreme Court apparently said that I think Trump has to, use the $2 billion from the USAID or something?
I don't know.
I will say I think Underly's cooked as state superintendent. Looking at these numbers,
yeah, she's done. Underly's done.
30% have a favorable view of Kinzer, and only 18% have an unfavorable view. Meanwhile, Underly's down 2 points in favorability.
Yeah, Underly's not going to win that race. I don't know what she did, but
no, we were skeptical about Kinzer because like it didn't seem like she was going to get like a statewide campaign, but they're getting big signs. Like we're getting some 4x8s by the end of the week, 4x8 signs. So they're like really working to get her elected. So I think Kinzer's actually going to win this. I was thinking right after that primary, she probably wasn't going to win, but now I'm thinking she's probably going to get in just based on that.
All right. Marquette doesn't even mention pulling head-to-head on their website. We'll see at 1:15 Central Standard Time. If they release this, we like Crawford plus 20. Watch. That's the Marquette special. And remember, they literally had DeSantis. Remember, they had DeSantis winning, by the way, the primary. They had him winning.
I feel like if Kinzer is winning, then so is Schimmel.
Unbelievable just sucks.
They're kind of detached, the elections. Like, I think they're gonna go like, because technically in the superintendent both are Democrats, just one's being backed by Republicans because she's like sane. But we'll have to wait and see. I don't think there really is going to be a lot of overlap. I wouldn't be very. I could see a universe where both Crawford and Kinzer win, but I can also see a universe where Underly and Schimmel both win. Like, it's totally possible.
We'll see. Jay Phaser for 2. Trump should ignore the Supreme Court over the $2 billion. I mean, I think the shitty ruling. I don't get what is Barrett doing. I have no clue what she's trying to accomplish, but it's not good. Not good at all.
It's like she really wants the USAID money to be spent on whatever the hell it is.
Hey, look, dude. This person is one of the people who just got laid off in 538.
Wow.
Look at this.
I don't care. I can laugh at 538, by the way. America First Insight, everybody. We won.
This is the physiognomy of a 538 employee.
I find it funny that like America First Insight started like a couple months ago. We already killed 538. I'm taking credit for it.
True.
I'm taking full credit.
It's all AFI. America First Insight. Make sure you support them.
Yeah, we totally did it. We were just too powerful. All right, Builder Shed for 5. Republicans should endorse Shanahan running as independent in California for governor instead of making a disastrous three-way for Republicans. Well, no, they do it independent. They have a primary system there where it's a jungle primary. So
hey, I think it's already too late. You already have a Republican declared, so I don't think Shanahan's going to run anyways. I think she's focused on like primaries.
Doge is -6 in Wisconsin, according to Marquette University.
And all the same people are falling for the Marquette poll. Every freaking time.
51% say tariffs hurt the economy, 32% say they help the economy. I will say that Wisconsin is like the least protectionist state in the Rust Belt because it relies a lot on farming. Like, it's big on farming, and farmers by and large support free trade. Even though they're mostly Republican and they still voted for Trump, a lot of them do support free trade. It's not enough to be a deal breaker for them, but they are like compared to Michigan and Pennsylvania, Wisconsin.
That's why
Wisconsin's way less protectionist.
That's why everyone thinks Iowa is going to go back to becoming a blue state.
Freaking dumbasses. These people have never learned. And now all of them are actually serious about Ann Seltzer stuff, by the way. They are actually serious about it. That she was vindicated. Freaking dumbasses. All right, Radullo for 5. Appointing ACP in the SCOTUS was one of Trump's biggest mistakes during his first term. Yeah, she's been, outside of the abortion stuff, she's been pretty bad.
Trump probably regrets it now, but there's nothing he can really do about it just because.
Well, there is one thing we could do. It's not ethical.
Oh, yeah, there's also a hearing right now on sanctuary cities, and the Dems are currently bringing up egg prices. You know?
Bro.
Stuart Howard for 5. Who do you think is the Democrat frontrunner at 28? They seem to have a bunch of horrible candidates. I can't think of anyone imposing. It's Harris.
There is no frontrunner.
I'm just saying it's Harris right now.
There is literally no frontrunner. I mean, Harris maybe, but it's not even a guarantee that she's going to run.
Okay, Builder Shed for 2.
And if she doesn't run, then there's definitely no frontrunner.
Builder Shed for 2. Tariff hate must have pulled libertarians. Well, Wisconsin's a little bit different, but yeah.
It's probably why Wisconsin might be like the least Trump-friendly of the Rust Belt states now.
That's part of it.
I think, too, the Dems just spent a ton of money on the media markets here. And that nonsense with the shimming being an idiot and state GOP. Yeah, it had to do with a combination of things, why Dems overperformed.
Imagine me off by 16. Well, like, same thing with Marquette. Marquette's a shitty pollster. Everyone should ignore it. Like, they had Harris plus 3 in Wisconsin, or some shit like that. So, let's see. Billy McJoebrick for 20. Marquette says that with so many voters not knowing the candidates, he decided it was not a good idea to do a horse race polling on the 2 statewide races. So focus is on the favorability of the candidates and knowledge of them. So in other words, they polled it and Schimmel was winning. That's what happened. When they start saying shit like that, it doesn't freaking matter. Like, oh yeah, there's a bunch of undecideds. Okay, still poll it. I wonder why they didn't release those numbers. I wonder why. Anyways, I think Dems could run Newsom at 28. He would get crushed. He would get killed. Tariffs are beyond diplomacy, but short of war. What do you mean by that?
I think what he's saying is basically because tariffs cause harm to the other countries that you're fighting with, that they are an act of aggression, but they do not amount to the same thing as war. A lot of people coin it as tariff war, and it is because it does harm the constituents of the other country. We are putting Canada and Mexico into a recession if we do this long term. But again, it's a matter of but here's the whole thing. Those countries can fix their problems by electing people who will actually cooperate with our president. That's the only thing they have to do.
Hold on, we got breaking news. White House to give 1 month exemption for cars through USMCA.
Yeah.
Damn it! I don't like that.
Well, if he had done it immediately, you would have seen a lot of car prices on the lot jump $15,000-$20,000. There's just not like a market.
Well, no, he's
no,
it's the exemption. He exempted it now.
Yeah. No, I'm explaining the exemption.
Oh yeah, go on.
The reason he did this is because he realized this was the one territory where people would really feel the hurt, and that it would probably drive down his popularity, because when people go to buy a car, it's going to be $15,000-$20,000 more expensive. So
Probably.
that was the main thing. I think it's a smart move. It's a calculated move.
I still would have done it right away, because people would be like, "Oh, you're folding."
No, it's one of those things. Like it doesn't matter what everybody's yapping about, because at the end of the day, this is still immense pressure on the Mexican president and Trudeau. The pressure has not been taken away by this. It's just simply he's preventing a domestic crisis where people get really offended by the car prices that they see.
Yeah, I don't know. It just, I don't know. People will be like, he's folding, which I can kind of see how you could say that, but we'll see. We shall see. All right. Is that everything? Did we go over everything?
Apparently Elon Musk has a 58% approval among independents in Wisconsin.
Wait, what?
Yeah, but somehow it's only 41 statewide, despite 58% of independents.
Throw the poll in the garbage. I freaking knew it. They
must have massively oversampled Dems.
I knew it the second they... Bro.
Look at this, though. This is good. The Republican and Democrat part. Look at this, dude.
Oh my gosh.
Republicans have a 47% approval. Democrats have a 34% approval.
Oh my gosh. I mean, just unbelievable. I can't go over the Musk stuff. Are you freaking serious right now? So you're telling me Trump is hated statewide by independents, but independents love Musk.
Hey, 61% of the state supports deportations. That's good.
I'm telling everyone, Marquette's full of shit.
Stop sign, still.
Lord Vader for 2. LPP weighs 500 pounds. Tester's done. Who?
I don't know. That's someone in the Tester is done community. You don't want to get into the Tester is done rabbit hole. I don't even fully understand it yet.
Not yet.
Dude, like, you know, the lore around your channel. Imagine that, but like tenfold with Testers done. Dude.
Hey, Josh.
There was something else to discuss.
Hold on, I got
we do have a candidate from Georgia, by the way.
Yeah, McBath. She's running. Yeah,
for governor?
Yeah, she's running for governor. Happy Ash Wednesday rap. Yeah, hey Josh. Hey Josh, how you stand? What's up? So yeah, McBath is running for Georgia governor. Damn it, I wanted Abrams. Oh well.
Well, I mean, Stacey Abrams is kind of going.
Well, she's in legal trouble now.
Oh yeah, because
Oh, they're posting more stuff about the court. I think they're gonna have a top line for the court. I'll let you guys know. Stay on. Yeah, stay on. I'll let you know.
Okay. Marquette ain't even part of their own myth. What? On Point might have a chance of winning. I don't know. On Point stuff, I don't know. I guess he's running for something. I don't know.
he's running for like student government president at UCF.
Oh, okay.
But he's running his campaign like it's a presidential election. But honestly, good luck to him. But I think like you gotta tone down the ads a bit. I'm trying to give him helpful advice, you know. Like,
All right. I can't go with the Elon Musk number. Who the hell thinks this is real? So you're telling me that every single Democrat, or 97%, they hate Trump, but independents love what?
Because like, I mean, Elon's approval are like on par with Trump's now. Or I mean, he's definitely gotten more
they're
polarizing.
claiming that.
Obviously.
Oh my gosh, this is so they're basically saying he's loved by independents but hated by everybody. That's bullshit. That's freaking horseshit.
Are they saying Elon's hated by Republicans too?
No, it's like he's only at 81% with Republicans, but 58% with independents.
81% compared to Trump at what?
I don't know.
I imagine like the 90s or something, but
also, why is the MU law poll like profile picture in like 10 in like literally 420p? Like why is that?
I don't know.
We don't. I don't care what percent of the state supports elected judges. Like we just
release the poll.
Get to the point.
All right. Crawford is done for 2. My apologies. No problem. Thanks for super chat. McBath seems kind of weak. Yeah, she's from which district again? In Georgia?
somewhere in Atlanta.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's Atlanta. That's all I know.
I mean, maybe Stacey's given up. I mean, if she's actually going to go to court, if she's actually going to go on trial, then there's no way she's running for governor.
Okay. By the way, Trump and Trudeau spoke for about 50 minutes.
You know, it's weird. He never called him. Trump didn't call him governor.
Yeah, I was hoping he would have. That would have been funny, but hey, he did emphasize Gulf America, so.
Yeah, well, that's that.
The polling shows the power of the media. Well, the polling this is bullshit. How can Musk be at 41%, but oh my gosh.
I want Trump to start calling Claudia Sheinbaum governor.
That's real.
I don't. I really like, even as a territory, I do not want political union with Mexico.
Well, I guess
but
Trump,
you know,
Trump wants to bomb the cartels now, I guess.
Yeah. No, he's basically the Department of Defense has sent out a signal to the Mexican president, and it's basically saying, "Hey, look, if you don't get rid of if you do not do something about the collusion between the Mexican government and the cartels, we're going to get involved." And people don't like that. Some people don't like the fact that we're considering military action, soft military action in Mexico on this. Honestly, I think it's the only way to have a responsible partner south of our border is to completely disconnect the cartels from the government.
All right. By the way, who should run for New Mexico governor? We don't got anyone there, right? Kenny was our best option.
I mean, Dems have a pretty strong candidate. I don't know. We're probably gonna lose that by like 9 or something.
All right. We do not want Mexico under any circumstances. Yeah, we need I agree. We need a DMZ. We need a DMZ on the southern border. And a big wall. I mean, honestly, like, we need one. It's like, oh yeah, Mexico, you have a DMZ of 10 miles for the border.
I mean, still allow travel, but
no travel.
Oh.
You don't get to travel there.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Unless you go to like Brazil or Canada first.
I mean, you gotta go to the cartels somehow. All right, so Marquette's just not going to post a poll, are they?
We'll see. I'm waiting.
Why do they post it like this? It's so shitty the way they do it.
It's been 2 minutes, so they might be typing a long tweet. That's what they do sometimes.
Why don't they have it copied and pasted?
So they start typing it at one. So they start typing it at one.
No, why don't they do it in a thread?
Yeah, because the guy that runs the Boomer. So
Yeah, I love how like this is like supposed to be a gold sin.
they're not gold. They're gold standard.
Now they're now they're talking about Act 10.
Who can? Oh
54% opposes Act 10.
Bullshit. I can say that's bullshit. I can confirm that's bullshit. What the reason I say that is look at what happened with Scott Walker. That's what I'm gonna say. After right in the middle of that war with Act 10, and he won
Only
easily.
62% of Republicans support Act 10, apparently.
Yeah, that's throwing the garbage. Because listen, for those that don't know, Act 10 was what Scott Walker pushed. And that's what got him recalled. Which, by the way, he did better than recall. By the way, no one ever mentions that part. So it's like he does better than recall, yet Act 10 is not popular. Really?
So wait, so Walker did better in his recall elections than any of his elections, like general elections?
Yeah. After the Act 10 stuff.
I thought he did 20 and 14. I thought he did best in 2014.
No, I thought it was 2012 he did best. I could check. 2012.
2012 was the recall, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, 2012 was his best election.
Yeah. After the Act 10 stuff.
I mean, I don't know. Did they get more unpopular since then? I don't know.
How would that was the middle of it? That's when Democrats stormed the Capitol.
64% of Wisconsin voters are pro-choice. That's expected.
What do you say, Luke? Your mic sucks. All right, John, what did you post? Apple take legal action against the UK government. Good.
No, I said it said 64% Wisconsin voters are pro-choice, which is not.
The UK government basically, along with the EU, they've both been vying for a backdoor into user data on Apple and everything because they want to use that to prosecute their own citizens and potentially people abroad. And this is Apple taking a stand. The U.S. government has said that they will defend Apple.
Good.
But yeah, no, this is the U.S. versus UK. Apple now standing up for the encrypted user data of their people. I don't like Apple as a company, but this is 100% a good thing. It's the right thing to do, and I'm glad that Tim Apple has gotten his act together and knows what to do. Thank you, Tim Apple.
Yeah, and I mean, the UK is doing this just because of like memes or something. What?
Because they're mad because people are talking about their government being shitty. K-Cup for 5. They destroyed the Madison Capitol because Act 10. Also, never forget Walker survived recount by double what he originally won by a low Tom Bear. Yeah, it's like, yeah, they had a recall and stuff, and like, oh yeah, wait, or yeah, the recount, and oh yeah, that didn't go too good. But yeah, Act 10, for those that don't know, that was a big reform that Walker pushed on the unions because what the unions were doing in Wisconsin was ridiculous. They basically controlled the whole show. They controlled it. It was money laundering. It was insane. And Scott Walker said no, and they voted to reform it and got rid of it. And Democrats recalled them for it, and they got killed. Back then,
voter ID is 77% support voter ID.
That's low.
Yeah, because I think it's remaining like
up from 74% in 2021.
The remaining people that are opposed are just all for Madison.
Yeah, it's just Madison, well, parts of Milwaukee. So, what was that?
Sorry, classmate. Sorry, out in public.
All right.
I'm walking on campus, and I didn't have time to shut the mic. So
that's fine. If he runs.
Anyways, I have class in a few minutes. Right, so if there's not gonna be a Supreme Court poll in the next,
don't think there's gonna be.
I think there will be. They're posting the ballot measures now. So it's gonna be the last one.
Okay, so it'll be the last one. It'll probably be posted like at 1:10
or
something.
The constitutional amendment's gonna pass in a blowout, 73 to 27.
Democrats running against. What a bunch of dumbasses.
What is this constitutional amendment, by the way?
Voter ID, and then the next one they're probably gonna talk about is citizen voting. That's gonna pass.
Yeah, those are gonna. I don't know why Democrats try to stop that one, but that was stupid.
Yeah, if you live in Wisconsin, vote yes on all the referendums.
Yeah,
at least like statewide. If you've got local ones, look into them, obviously, but statewide one.
See ya, I guess, another time.
Yep, see ya. All right.
We're staying on until they release it.
No, I don't think so. It's not gonna happen.
It is. They're showing the ballot measure things now. It's just gonna be the last thing.
Yeah, it's gonna take forever. And by the way, majority of Democrats oppose voter ID. They oppose voter ID. What a bunch of dumbasses. I mean, this is what's happening, by the way. You got 97. Wait a minute. I just realized something. So, 97% of Republicans support it, 77% of independents favor it, and a majority of Dems oppose it, yet opposes 27%. This kind of vindicates that they just overstated Democrats by a lot. That's what they did. They just overstated Democrats dramatically. Hold on. What? Apple's big marketing push is their security now. Remember, they fought the FBI to prevent a backdoor in the sand. Yeah, so Apple's actually pretty good on this, I guess, which is kind of shocking. But don't they sell your data to China? Johnny may know more about that. Don't they just sell to China anyways?
I don't have to sell my data. I just give my data to China to help them out.
Why do you shill for China so much?
Oh yeah, you know what? Just for that, I'm gonna put up this leading report. Just posted breaking news. China says it is ready for quote any type of war with the United States.
Bring it frickin' on. What are you gonna do?
Honestly, are you gonna go fight, Rob?
No.
Oh gosh, please, I would love to.
It's an economic war. Surely. Alright, it's Serbia, not Syria, what? Yesterday, the opposition. Oh yeah, the Serbian parliament. You guys see that?
Yeah, Serbian parliament. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, they were throwing like, well, I don't even know what the hell happened. And just like
I've been refreshing Marquette so much that Twitter just broke on my computer, and now I can't search things anymore.
All right, they did. Luke, they didn't ask the question about citizenship.
Not yet, at least.
They asked across Wisconsin, 58% of people said they are either very satisfied or satisfied with the public schools in their community, while 41% are either very dissatisfied or dissatisfied. Satisfaction was higher from 2012 through 2017 than in 2018 in cents. American Order for 10. Random fact: America originally wanted Luzon after the Spanish-American War and had North Banoa, Indonesia, for a month in the 1850s. And Commodore Perry suggested annexing Taiwan. How would that go? It would have just been the Philippines. It just would have been our Philippines earlier. So. Trump is turning Russia against China. Yeah, well, that's kind of what he's doing. That's what Nixon did with China. He turned them against Russia. It worked. Always look at the sample these polls.
Here's the thing. Nixon also tried getting better relations with the Soviet Union as well. So no, we shouldn't just like be buddies with Russia and then stay enemies with it. We should try to get better relations.
58% say holding down property tax is more important than increasing funding for K-12 schools, while 41% say it's more important to increase funding for schools. That's expected. 2013, slightly more people concerned with property taxes and with school funding. Blah blah blah. Since 2019, there has been a steady increase in concern for property taxes. Good.
Someone just told Al Carbo to go back to Mexico.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess I'm mutual, so I should be nice. Cal
he's
Carbo,
Italian.
I hope your fasting goes well this Lent. I hope your fasting goes well.
What is that supposed to mean?
It means that I'm wishing him a beautiful Lent. I hope he fasts very well.
What do you mean by that?
I mean that every Catholic should eat fish on Friday.
What's your angle here? What's your angle?
Every Catholic should go to a seafood all-you-can-eat buffet.
No, I'm just I know you're Orthodox. I'm kind of sketched out a little bit. What's your angle here?
You really I'm worried that you think there's something deeper. So
yeah, I just like it's like a deep conspiracy.
I was just to be blunt. Yeah. To be blunt, I was pointing out.
I've told this to him personally several times.
I don't usually go for that, which is why I was trying to be kind of subtle with it. But yeah, I was calling him fat. I was.
There's a reason his name is Al Carbo. You know what I mean?
Gosh. Anyways, more than 60% say Wisconsin schools have set standards lower than they should be. Well, duh. Yeah, I think I think Kinsler's gonna win. Kinsler.
East Railfan is calling for Amy Coney Barrett to be impeached. It's over for Amy Coney Barrett, dude.
All right. So I do think I do gotta get going. I'm not gonna. This poll's gonna be like both candidates in like the low 40s at best. That's what's gonna happen. Orthodox. Yeah, no. John is Orthodox. I'm Catholic.
Yeah, I'm Orthodox Christian.
Which is weird.
For the record, I've never been Roman Catholic. I grew up Southern Baptist, Methodist, and I became Orthodox.
That's such a
as
weird
an adult.
arc. You go from
Breaking news: Susan Crawford 50, Brad Schimmel 45, Dan Kelly write-ins 5%. It's over for.
bro. You, bro. Let's see. K-Cover 5, John, come to Wisconsin. They'll treat you, Rap, and Luke to a beautiful Friday fish fry. You'll be shocked how good a fish fry we fry. That's real.
I bet you do. I bet you do,
They're pretty
K-Cup.
good.
Yeah, even non-Catholics eat fish fry.
Listen, hey, listen. I care the fact that you're like the only Orthodox person I know. Never met anyone that's Orthodox.
So, I mean, it is true. We have a stricter fast during Lent, although what I'll say is, like, most people, especially if you're in the Greek churches, there's kind of levels to the fasting, and so people aren't always, like, doing strict, like, because, like, the strict fast is, like, no meat, no cheese, no dairy products, nothing except for, basically the plant-based goods, and you can have carbs if you want, and fruits, and so it's a very plain fast. And even if you're doing it in the strictest sense, you're not even using oil. But most people have kind of intermediary fasts, but we do fast every day, not just on Friday. And I wasn't meaning it in that way. I literally didn't mean it in like, oh, I'm criticizing Catholic
No, I know.
fasting practices.
I was just like concerned.
I was just saying El Carbo. I hope he does really well on his fasting.
I want to tell you said that. Watching Catholics and Orthodox argue is funny as a Protestant because I never have any idea what you all are talking about. Well,
yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
that's true, isn't it?
But I don't think we've ever argued about religion. I don't think.
No, I've been very adamant in not doing that, not just on this stream, but in general. I mean, like, the whole thing is, like, when you first become Orthodox or Roman Catholic, because there's so much to it, you go through a catechism where you're learning all about the faith, and you get really into it, and so you have a lot of people like that in that kind of zone of immense zeal, and they get into a lot of heated arguments online, and I've been part of those. But the thing is, like, I've just been here long enough that I just don't. It doesn't matter to me. Like, I've been here 3 years almost. It's not. I don't care. It's like I've been in the church for years. I've been in this sphere 5-6 years. It's just not something that I care about arguing about or arguing with people over. And that is, I feel like everybody should be settling down into that, no matter what you decide your faith is. It's you spend some time really caring about being fiery and passionate, and then you just kind of learn to get along with people. I think that's a natural course of things. So just kind of you remember how to be courteous to people, I guess, is the point.
Right, take comfort too. For that one, John, go Gators. I hope they win. That's real.
Go Gators. I hope they win. What did I do? What did I do?
I don't know. But yeah, like anyways, funny. So they asked about private schools and people support it. Wow. I'm shocked. People support private and religious schools? Wow. That's a surprise to absolutely no one.
Speaking of Carver, I'm going to go drive and get some lunch, but I'm staying on call if you guys are around. On stream.
Alright, they're not going to ask this question.
Yes, they will.
They're not
Stay
going
on.
to. Dude, I want to get going.
If they stop tweeting for 3 minutes, then we end it.
No,
okay,
I'm not,
but we're staying on. Knowing your luck, they're gonna post it the second you get off. We're not gonna make this mistake.
No, listen, at this point, I've accepted they're not gonna post till I get off. I've accepted it.
No, if they go 3 minutes without posting, then we end it. That's the deal.
Bruh. They're not gonna post it.
They will.
They're gonna post it when I end the stream. It can be an hour later, and they'll. Oh my gosh.
It's gonna happen, Ramp. Trust the process.
M for 5. The Canadians are going through a collective psychosis. Freeland threatened nukes against us over trade spat. Insane. Yeah, the our collective psychos. Yeah. So I think Canada's lost their freaking mind. I don't know. They're so worried about us saying, hey, can you not tariff us at like 280%? Can you not do that?
I have to do that.
Yeah, but yeah, I guess he wants to use nukes against us or something, or a trade war. It's like, who the hell do these people come from? Where? All right, they also pulled DEI. Okay, I know where this is going. According to these assholes, DEI is a 50-50 issue. Bull.
No.
Shit.
Wait, what percent supports DEI and what percent opposes it?
50-50.
It's 50-50.
Literally 50-50.
It's
Bro.
50% support ending it, 49% oppose ending it.
That's crazy.
That's bullshit.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
Every other national poll is like 80%. They're gonna drop the freaking Crawford plus 10. Watch. They do this every year. They pull this same crap. What they do, they have some polls that make sense a little bit, and then bam, they drop this bullshit.
DEI happening.
All right, they're not gonna post it.
They will.
It's been 3 minutes.
Trust the plan. Okay, hold it for a minute. I have inside information. No, I don't. I don't have any inside.
There was something I wanted to briefly talk about with the court case. Maybe that'll give you time to wait, and then after that, you can end the stream.
Yes.
So, there's something really interesting going on with the conversation around the decision the Supreme Court made, the 5-4 decision to force Trump to continue to use foreign aid. We have completely skipped the legal discussion. Justice Roberts and Amy Coney Barrett's decision to oppose our conservative judges and force Trump to use the things. Although, by the way, they did not specify a time frame in which they had to do this, and they wanted the lower courts to continue deliberating on it. But ultimately, in this decision, we did not discuss why Amy Coney Barrett, the legal justifications for her doing this.
What's her justification for it?
It's a post-Watergate bill that provided additional congressional oversight on the allocation of foreign aid. So ultimately, her argument would essentially be, if Trump wants control over this, Congress has to repeal the 1974 law that was introduced to try and rein in executive power on foreign aid. So that's ultimately what we're looking at. And that's not my point. My point is that we've really entered into realpolitik because nobody cares about that. Nobody gives a shit about the 1974 law. Nobody cares about the precedent. They care about, number one, Amy Coney Barrett really hates Trump. And you see it. She has contempt in her eyes whenever they're in the same room. She really does not like the person that gave her job. Number two, Amy Coney Barrett is in bed with the Catholic intelligentsia, which I try to distinguish from Catholicism in its entirety. It's a group of intellectuals who belong to the Catholic Church, but then espouse a bunch of political opinions they've appended to their religious beliefs, like green energy.
They're cafeteria
green
Catholics.
Energy. Yeah, cafeteria Catholics. They believe in green energy, gun control, and very loose immigration laws. Those people are who Amy Coney Barrett.
So they stay in the Catholic tent.
And Amy Coney Barrett has been in bed with these people, and that's what people care about. People care about that she's in bed with this intelligentsia group that wants mass migration, and wants to continue foreign aid, which is really bad for the country. They're concerned that she opposes Trump, and this is oppositional to Trump. And I'm just saying this because we've entered realpolitik. People do not care about the substance anymore. They're going beyond that, and they're talking about, well, what's the reality? What are the relationships? What are the dynamics? What's going on, and how can we fix it? And that's really good. That's actually really good for the country in the sense that we're talking about the actual problem of the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court has too much power. The federal courts have too much power. I love that we're actually talking about that now.
You know, I don't want. I know this sounds kind of bad, but what the DOJ should do? They should just go look at Coney Barrett's relationships with these organizations. Just go take a quick look at that. I'm very intrigued. I'm very intrigued what they're gonna find. But the sad part is that's how you deal with these people. I'm sorry, but Barrett's in bed with these people. She is. She's pulling these games. It's not. I don't know what she's trying to accomplish, but it's like, you cannot be pulling this crap on the Supreme Court, which is supposed to decide this stuff non-partisanly. It's just a joke.
Yeah. So yeah, I want everybody to be aware of that. That's why I brought it up. I want you all to be aware. It is a very different thing for us to not be talking about the legal precedent, and many people will rightfully have a problem with us just kind of glossing over it. But at the same time, we're able to talk about real issues, and that's the reason that I'm okay with this development.
A glitch EV for 2. Even my Democrat friends oppose DEI. Everyone does.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that was nonsense. There's no way. There's no way.
All right. Approval of the Wisconsin Supreme Court stands at 46%. 37% disapprove. Everest is down a little bit. The state legislators up by, oh, holy crap, by 5 points right now.
Wait, what's Evers' approval?
49-44.
Approve or disapprove?
Approve.
So he's slightly approved of.
But his numbers went down.
That's good. The state legislature has a favorable opinion?
No, it's swung. No, look, I said it's swung favorable.
Oh.
It went from negative 22 to negative 11. All right. One more. It's 1:15. This is when they're supposed to release it, and they didn't.
Over.
It's over. You know what's gonna happen? I'm gonna end the stream, and they're gonna.
Yeah, just hold it for a second.
No, Luke, it's not gonna happen. When I'm on stream, it's not gonna happen. This is my. I don't know why my channel's cursed. Like someone's watching this stuff. It's like, oh, real American, we can't let you look at this information.
The boomer guy is just making up these numbers to keep the polls going until you end. Like, if you ended 30 minutes ago, he just would have posted.
Yeah, he would have.
Mr. Charles Franklin, right? Isn't that his name?
Yeah, that's his name. Alright, so anyways, folks, I think we're going to end the stream here. If you guys did enjoy, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share it with your friends, and of course, join the channel today. We will be back probably tomorrow. And, yeah, any last thoughts, anybody?
Adios, Mega Mouth.
Oh, the full poll's out. And they didn't release it.
How do you know the poll's out?
They had the full poll they released.
That makes me think that they found Shimmelov.
Told you. Every time, Luke, they don't release it, they had him up. Alright, we'll see you guys in the next stream, video, or wherever you see us at. The poll was released and there's no Schimmel poll. Alright, Godspeed to all of you.
All of you pay